Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first away edition of the Laredo Heat's PDL regular season campaign, where they will take on the Houston Dutch Lions at Houston. Folks, it is my honor and pleasure to put you on hold as we honor our nation with the Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's broadcast featuring your Laredo Heat as they square off against the Houston Dutch Lions here in Conroe, Texas, in Houston. Folks, this is the first away game of the regular PDL season for your Laredo Heat as they stand in second place in the Mid-South PDL division. First place, Austin Aztecs with 6 points. Your Laredo Heat, second place with 4 points. Mississippi Brilla, third place with 3 points. The Houston Dutch Lions, fourth place with 1 point. And the Midland Sockers in fifth place with 0 points. Folks, let's take a recap quickly on the previous games for both squads this afternoon. The Heat come off a 2-0 victory against the Sockers FC in Laredo, Texas. Goal scored by Miguel Fernandez around the 22nd minute, and later in the second half, Esteban Bayona around the 70th minute scored the second, and that ended the game for the Sockers. Houston comes out of a 1-0 defeat here at home against Mississippi. They conceded a goal in the 44th minute and got a red card in minute 47. So they basically played the second half one man down. They did not concede a goal in the second half, being one man down, though the 1-0 deficit was large enough for them to lose that game and not able to come back. However, today's a different story. Last time both teams faced off, they were in Laredo, Texas, folks. They had an excellent game full of emotions. It resulted in a tie, where both teams did as much as they could and all that they could to get the W and the victory. However, an equalized game was the best result of the afternoon. So today is an important day for both teams to try to go up on the leaderboard, try to get some points, and move up further on the ladder. As you can see, the goal scored by the honorary pregame exhibition ritual here in the beautiful soccer complex, which is home for the Houston Dutch Lions here in the Conroe area in Houston. Let me give you the lineups for this afternoon's game, starting first with your Laredo Heat. At goal, number 1, Jorge Ortega. Number 2 playing defense, Matthew Bram. Number 3 playing defense, Alan Reina. Number 5 playing defense, Angel Hernandez. Number 6 playing defense, Yair Hernandez. Number 4, excuse me. Number 7 midfield, Salvador Luna. Number 10 midfield, Juan de Dios Ibarra. Number 11 midfield, Greg Mulamba. Number 25 midfield, Fazlo Alihodic. Number 28, Miguel Fernandez, a striker. And number 27, Irving Villanueva, also up top, as this game has beaten me and is underway, folks. The ball is rolling in the Houston area where your Laredo Heat are away trying to get 3 points here. The ball is playing, emotions are rising, ladies and gentlemen. Soccer in the Conroe area as Laredo Heat quickly come out playing with possession. Miguel Fernandez now with possession of the ball as there's a quick turnover as Simon tried to get to it. Excellent slide by Miguel Fernandez as there is no foul called. However, Mulamba with the clearance, Jackson recovers, and the ball is being played out now to Vasquez. Vasquez with the cross inside. The first shot of the afternoon, and it's over the crossbar. Shot by number 15, Mario Garcia, trying to catch Jorge Ortega off guard. Folks, you might notice the field is a little bit smaller. The players are a little bit more compacted. That is because the fields here in the Houston Dutch Lions Soccer Complex are a bit smaller than the TAMU Soccer Complex, which is home to your Laredo Heat. As Ortega comes out playing with his defenders. So Laredo Heat now with possession as they look with Fazlo. Fazlo who returns it back to the defensive line, and that is where the ball is being played. As of this moment, Juan de Dios Ibarra wants the ball. However, the ball is received by Jorge Ortega, who moves it over now to Matthew Bram. Bram with possession looks up top, finds Miguel Fernandez, back to Bram. Bram goes forward now with Yair. Yair, who advances the ball a little bit more forward, trying to find Villanueva. Yair back to Mulamba. Mulamba with possession. He goes backwards. Back to Yair. Yair losing his footing. There is a foul on the play. And that is the first free kick of the afternoon. And it belongs to the team in white. Your Laredo Heat playing with their white socks, white shorts, white jersey with red and black trimmings. Black numbers. And the Dutch Lions playing at home with their lion orange, white shorts and orange socks, as well as the Laredo Heat quickly move forward. Now Mulamba was going to receive the ball right side of the box. Mulamba still with possession, entering the box. Mulamba inside the box. Greg Mulamba still with possession, trying to give a tip off to Fazlo. Fazlo crosses it inside, ball bouncing around. Luna had a shot. Mulamba with the ball as Villanueva kicked it back out. Mulamba trying to catch people off guard. Back to Villanueva. Villanueva loses possession. Yair Hernandez! And that ball is over the protective netting. First shot for your Laredo Heat. Not just over the goalpost, but over the protective netting as well. And we are still at 0 apiece. 0-0. Nothing, nada, nada. As goalkeeper for the Dutch Lions, Emmanuel Bebo Frias. Cameron Freed playing defense. Willem C playing defense, Cordier defense, Barahona defense, Perez midfield, Simon midfield, Garcia midfield, Contreras midfield, Jackson up at top with Vasquez as strikers. As, the Dutch Lions lose possession, throw in for the Laredo Heat, and the man will be handling the ball is Chava Luna as he gives it back off to Hernandez. Jair is being told by the ref, you got to step back a few yards. As he does, Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Yair. Jair back to the center back of the afternoon, who now moves it along the other end as Reina has the ball. Back to Fazlo. Fazlo back to Bram. Bram with possession. Bram with the ball looks forward as he gives a pass off to Juan de Dios Ibarra, who receives. Juan de Dios Ibarra going inside, back to Luna. Luna turns around. Luna with the step. Luna back inside. Back to Villanueva. Luna gets slide tackled excellently outside the 18-yard box. And Fazlo trying to catch the slide as well as the Dutch Lions remain with possession. Jackson now with possession as he tries to go forward. And that'll be a throw-in for the Dutch Lions. Contreras with an excellent tackle, getting that possession back to his respective team. As the Dutch Lions come out playing once again. Simon with possession. Bram with the tackle right outside the box. And he left him the iron, folks. As we say in Spanish, le dejó nada más y nada menos que la tabla para planchar ese pie. Damas y caballeros, es un placer darles la bienvenida al primer partido de visitante de su Laredo Heat, que jugará contra los Leones holandeses de la área de Houston, Nos encontramos en el Soccer Complex de los Leones Holandeses aquí en Conroe, Texas, en la zona de Houston. La última vez que se enfrentaron ambos equipos empataron a un taquito. Ahora ambos equipos buscan mejorar el resultado de la semana pasada para aumentar puntos y subir en la tabla de la división. However, folks, free kick for the Dutch Lions as your Laredo Heat set up a wall. As they get told they're not even a third of the way there. And they have to get pulled back now. Far side of your screen now. Ball on the floor. Free kick getting ready to be taken. First dangerous spot. First dangerous dead ball, excuse me, for the Dutch Lions. Men are running inside the box. There's a shot. It's going to go right outside wide. And that will result in a corner kick for the Dutch Lions. First corner kick of the afternoon, and it belongs to the men in orange, folks. As Vasquez will be the man to take it, just like he took the last free kick. As Vasquez takes 2 steps back, here comes a step. The ball's in the air, inside of the heart of the Laredo Heat. Clearance now by the Heat. Ball still bouncing around, and as that ball went further out, the Dutch Lions regained possession. There was a crazy cross by David Bettis. Wanted to put it right inside the framework, and that went nowhere. But outside, out of bounds, and into the possession of the Heat as Ortega comes out playing with Bram. Bram back to Yair. Yair looks back to Bram, gives it back to him. Yair crosses it now to Reina. Reina still with possession of the ball. Reina going forward with Fazlo. Fazlo with possession, decides to move forward, finds Juan Dios Ibarra, one touch now, back to Juan Dios Ibarra, Fazlo looking up for the ball, as that ball went right over him, as he's able to get possession, and the Dutch Lions quickly recover that one, as there's another clearance by the team in orange, as they come out playing quickly. Mulamba trying to recover, no good, here comes Perez, Perez with possession, Perez crossing the half-court line now with the ball, back to Vasquez, Vasquez, back to Simon, Simon loses possession, your Laredo Heat recover, Juan Dios Ibarra not able to get possession, Vasquez with the possession of the ball now, Vasquez inside the box, Vasquez inside the 18, trying to send a cross, slide by Matthew Bram, and that is another corner kick for the Dutch Lions, as they are attacking quite a lot early in this first half, as that appears to be a result of a goal kick now, no corner kick given. That'll be a goal kick. Hernandez. Back to Ortega. Ortega switches it over now to Bram. Bram with the ball. Bram looking forward. Bram gives a lob through pass looking for Villanueva, as Villanueva is late to that possession. And it'll be a Dutch Lions throw-in. Barahona throws it inside. Ball back in play off of the head of Yair Hernandez. Back to Juan de Dios Ibarra Mulamba, now to Miguel Fernandez. Miguel. Back to Fazlo. Fazlo to Mulamba. Mulamba once again. Back to Reina, back to Hernandez. Hernandez back to Ortega. Ortega back to Bram. Bram near side of your screen now. Looking for Chavaluna. He finds him. Back to Bram, back to Chavaluna. Chavaluna will receive the ball. One touches now to Juan Dios Ibarra, who wanted to do the own tunnel. As that bounced off the footing of Barahona. Yair Hernandez with the throw, and Yair Hernandez back to Miguel. Back to Yair. Yair looking for Juan Dios Ibarra. Too strong of a pass. Not in the right place, and Dutch Lions now looking for a clearance as Juan Dios Ibarra recovers once again. Back to Villanueva, back to Juan Dios Ibarra. Juan Dios Ibarra now gives it to Fazlo. Fazlo goes to the near side of your screen, giving it to Yair. Yair fakes left, decides to go right. Yair still with possession. And a standing tackle now by Vasquez to give your Laredo Heat a throw. And once again, Yair with the ball. Throws it inside for Chavaluna. Chavaluna with the tip. Off his head. Chavaluna with the cross and the clearance by the Dutch Lions, who recover the ball quickly. They lose it now. Fazlo with possession. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba decides to go back out. Gives it back to Yair. Yair cutting inside. Yair with the left shot. And that is Off the near side of your screen, folks. Off of Bebo Frias's left-handed post. As he now has the goal kick for the Dutch Lions. 0-0, folks. That is the score so far. Frias with the goal kick. Ball in the air, coming back down. Looking for the orange. As Chavaluna's battling now for possession of the ball. David Perez not giving it up. Excuse me, Barahona not giving it up. Emmanuel Frias kicks it back out, looking for Vasquez. Vasquez not able to get there. And a defensive header by Matthew Bram. As Barahona with the throw-in. He's looking up top once again. Another throw-in finds itself in the head of Jair, who's looking for Juan Dios Ibarra. However, no successful pass. There, the Dutch Lions come out playing now. The Dutch Lions now with possession of the ball. Perez looking for it. Perez can't get it. Jackson will not receive that ball, and Bram comes out with possession. Bram looks up top for Villanueva. That pass too strong. The ball too much forward, and that finds itself in the feet of Emmanuel Frias as he quickly goes back on now with free. Dutch Lions not crossing the midfield. Contreras with possession, looking outside. Here comes Free. Cameron Free sends a cross inside. Deflected by Hernandez. That will result in a corner kick for the Dutch Lions. This time for sure, folks. As there's a player down. Matthew Bram seems to have maybe pulled something. Folks, we are in Houston, Texas. We are in the Conroe area of this beautiful city in this Houston Dutch Lions Soccer Complex. Excellent and beautiful facilities here. Still under construction though, but let me tell you something, folks. If you are in the Houston area and have not come out to the game, you shouldn't wait very much longer to come out and see these facilities. Beautiful turf field. Not only do they have one, but they have two FIFA approved fields. They plan on extending their property to add more fields. They have stadium lights out here. The benches are nice. They have an excellent cell phone tower, just in case you're worried about reception out here. You're covered. As the Dutch Lions wait the chance to give off this corner. There's still a player down. Folks, come out to the Houston area. Make the trip from Laredo. You do not want to miss this facility. They have an excellent view of a lake in the back of the facility and the upstairs part of the building. They have plans of creating a mini bar, a kitchen, locker rooms. The basement area, it will be locker rooms as well. And folks, it's very nice. Very nice here in the Conroe area as the Dutch Lions quickly looking for this chance to take this corner kick as the first substitution will come of the evening. Your Laredo Heat will substitute in Kaiki Fernandez wearing the 19 jersey, and Matthew Bram will step off of the field due to injury. Now from the way it seemed, it looked like he might have pulled, doesn't look like a hamstring. Looks like I'm getting word to what it is that Bram might have pulled and looked like a groin. Touchline corner kick now. Ball in the air, gets off the head of Jackson. Excuse me, off of Reina. There's another corner kick. Back-to-back-to-back corner kicks for the Dutch Lions. He'd have to get out of this. Get out of this. Looks like a putt hole. As they are just conceding corner kicks after corner kicks. Fourth of the afternoon for the Dutch Lions. As the runner's now ball in the air. First post! And off the head of Kaiki Fernandez. That ball results in another corner kick, the fourth corner kick in a row for the Dutch Lions here. The Laredo Heat not able to get a clearance, not able to come out playing, not able to turn the quarters of this possession. Ball in the air once again inside of the box. Laredo Heat with a clearance, now ball in the air. People looking for it, players looking for it. Laredo Heat come out playing though. Tackle inside of the box. Free kick for the Laredo Heat, and this is the chance they needed to get out of this defensive zone. They need to get the ball out playing and they need to move forward. Jorge Ortega will take the free kick for the Laredo Heat. As he comes out playing shortly with Hernandez. With Reina, now Hernandez back to Miguel Fernandez. Miguel can't get to that possession. The ball finds itself in the feet of Fazlo, who goes back now, this time with Reina. Ball entering the Laredo Heat danger zone as Vasquez brings it back down, back to Perez. Perez looks to go on the far side with Contreras. Contreras crosses! And that ball goes over the crossbar, and that will result in another goal kick for your Laredo Heat. Players wanted to call. Ortega even sent it out toward the corner, and that will result in a goal kick. Everybody thought there was a corner. No call for that desired possession by the Dutch Lions as Ortega now comes out playing once again, this time far side of your screen with Reina back to Hernandez. Reina back to Ortega. Ortega now, the man in all green this afternoon. Kind of looks like yellow. However, it is green. Kike Fernandez with possession. Kike Fernandez is going to go down low and an excellent through ball as it finds itself in the feet of Villanueva. Villanueva now with the ball. Villanueva looking for Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra receives. Ibarra goes back to Mulamba. Mulamba can't get there. Simon recovers for the Dutch line. Simon almost loses possession. Goes back to Frias. Bebo Frias with the ball, and he's going to give it back out of the 18-yard box. This time to Cameron Free. Cameron Free will go forward, looking once again for Contreras. Contreras receives as Hernandez not able to get possession, and Contreras still with the ball. However, looking forward for Simon. Simon can't get there. And Juan de Ibarra will go back now. Defensive possession now for your Laredo Heat as Mulamba is playing nicely as he shares the ball with Kike Fernandez, who now has the ball. Kike Fernandez decides to go up forward. Late tackle, no call. Fernandez gets back on his feet. Perez now with possession for the Dutch Lions. Wants to go forward, still with possession. Decides to go backwards. Cameron Free chasing the ball as Lars Willemse is chasing possession at midfield for the Dutch Lions. Cordier sending it forward. Kike Fernandez recovers, and that'll be a corner kick for the Dutch Lions, as they have had a handful of corner kicks, plenty of opportunities from the 90-degree angle. Of the field. This time, that shot coming at the 90-degree corner near side your screen. You might not be able to see it due to the awesome cell phone tower reception that the Dutch Lions have on their facility, as the ball is in the air with a curl, and that is just going to go all the way outside over the post, and that will result in a goal kick as that ball never entered play. Jorge Ortega will come out with the ball. Ortega to Kike Fernandez, who looks for Jair. Jair with possession, back to Kike. Kai back to Reina. Reina going forward now with Hernandez. Hernandez with the possession of the sphere, back to Reina. Reina fakes left, decides to go right, and this time moving forward. Reina still has possession, trying to find Miguel Fernandez. Fernandez back to Juan Dios Ibarra, not able to get there. Fernandez loses possession of the ball for your Laredo Heat, and the Dutch Lions regain possession with, this time, Willemse trying to find up top for Vasquez. As the Lions come out playing, Joe Jackson with the ball now. Back to Perez. Tackle, no foul called. Mulamba with the ball. Miguel Fernandez now back to Fazlo. Fazlo picks up the ball this time, back to Villanueva. Fazlo with possession, looking up top. Fernandez with the ball inside the box. Fernandez looking for the cross. And Bel Frias regains possession for the Dutch Lions. Ball now far side of your screen with Free. Contreras wanting to make that happen. Joe Jackson with possession now. Lucas Simon with the ball. This time Barahona with possession. Near side your screen behind the tower phone. There's a cross in the air, and it finds itself in the fist of Jorge Ortega, who clears this out of the way. As Fazlo regains possession and goes back with Hernandez. Angel Hernandez trying to go forward, trying to find Villanueva. No one's home. And Emmanuel Frias will now play the ball with Cordier. Cordier. Back to Williams. Back to Cordier. Both teams now playing the ball very defensively. The backline are having a lot of touches of the ball. As you can see now, Cordier will go back to Emmanuel Frias goalie for the Dutch Lions. The man in yellow this afternoon. As Cordier sends the ball forward. Trying to catch Hernandez off guard. Fazlo with possession. As that ball goes off the sideline. And that'll be a throw-in for the Dutch Lions once again. Far side of your screen, folks. Dutch Lions throwing it in, looking for Jackson. Jackson, who gives a pass now. Near side of your screen, Vasquez with the ball. Vasquez goes back to a cross, looking for Jackson. Jackson with the cross back inside. Jair is there. Jair doesn't get on the clearance. Vasquez still inside the box. Vasquez with the left foot, and that is over the crossbar. And another opportunity for the Dutch Lions, who keep knocking on that door, wanting that first goal, wanting to go up on the scoreboard. And your Laredo Heat are playing a very defensive game and are conceding a lot of opportunities of goal from the Dutch Lions. They need to quickly recap of the situation and come out playing and go out and chase those opportunities themselves. They don't want to find themselves dug into a hole. Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Kike Fernandez. Fernandez back to Ortega. Ortega, who receives the ball and gives a nice right-footed pass to Reina. Reina, who receives and looks for Hernandez. Hernandez receives. One touch now to Greg Mulamba. Mulamba back to Miguel. Miguel back to Jorge Ortega. And Ortega will give it back to Reina. Reina now, defensive line, a lot of playing for your Laredo Heat as Kike Fernandez receives the ball and goes forward to Miguel Fernandez, who can't get there. And that last went off of the foot of Vasquez on behalf of the Dutch Lions. Throw-in coming up for your Laredo Heat. As Jair is going to be the man to throw it in once again as he's looking for Chavaluna. Chavaluna receives the ball, steps on it a few times, decides to try to get in between two, can't get. Now all of the players are getting Simon Twitter. He's still with possession. Miguel Fernandez receives the ball. Nice step around as he's able to get off the defensive mark. Jair Hernandez now back to Kike. Kike Fernandez goes back with Reina. Reina looking for Hernandez. Hernandez back to Fazlo. Fazlo back to Mulamba. Mulamba back to Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Kai Fernandez, and Kike will receive. Kai still with possession, back to Juan Dios Ibarra. One touch now to Kike. Kike receives once again, looking for Fernandez. Miguel Fernandez now with possession, looking for Chavaluna. Chavaluna can't get there as he loses possession, as he's on the chase now. As Cordier receives now, looking for Barahona. Barahona will give another clearance, and that is another throw-in coming up for your Laredo Heat. Good spot for an attack here as Juan de Dios Ibarra wasted no time at all, but Miguel Fernandez's bad touch turned it over now for the Heat. Clearance attempted by the Dutch Lions. Laredo Heat recovers. Mulamba now with the ball. Mulamba with an excellent chip pass to Chavaluna. Chavaluna near side of your screen. Back to Fernandez. Fernandez inside the 18. Fernandez back out to Juan de Dios Ibarra, who's going to one-time cross. Ball inside the box. Ball now outside of the box. Clearance by the Dutch Lions as Greg Mulamba receives the ball. Mulamba back to Hernandez. Angel Hernandez now to Jair. Jair finds Juan de Dios Ibarra near side of your screen. Jair looking up top. Chavaluna entering the box. Chavaluna with the cross! And that ball was deflected by Williams. Corner kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Opportunity for a goal. Excellent offensive momentum and play by the Laredo Heat. As the Dutch Lions now concede a corner. And it'll be like Fazlo will come up. And now Juan de Dios Ibarra is going to meet up with Fazlo and say, hey, who takes it? Paper, scissors, rock for it. You, me? You, me, who? Who, me? Or you? So Juan de Dios Ibarra lines up to give it a right-footed strike. Fazlo with the left-footed strike. Fazlo gets off the corner line as Ibarra comes out quickly now. Shot attempted by Hernandez. Unsuccessful as that hit a defender of the Dutch Lions. Now ball in the air. Mulamba able to recover. Mulamba back to Fazlo. Fazlo can't get there, though. Possession now. Back to the Heat as Frias. Watch that ball go right over the goalpost. As Fernandez try to catch Frias off guard. Fernandez wants some offensive involvement in this game. We've seen it before where he'll take a shot or two early to try to intimidate the goalie and shoot when it's less expected of him. As he did in that possession. And Bebo Frias says no. Cordier, I'm going to send this one far. Bebo Frias, ball in the air. Gravity winning the battle as the ball comes back down off of the head of Perez. Perez now looking for Contreras. And a clearance by Reina. Ball bouncing around. Fernandez receives. Juan de Dios Ibarra loses possession. Barahona now looking for a surprise attack. Kaiki Fernandez says no. Jorge Ortega comes out of his box and is able to clear it now with his foot as Ortega goes down, folks. I'd like to remind you about the previous scores for both teams. Your Laredo Heat are coming off a victory, beating the Midland Odessa Sockers 2-0. Goal scorers were Miguel Fernandez off an excellent offensive play by your Laredo Heat. The second goal came by Esteban Bayona off a very defensive play by Daniel Garza as he chased the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper did not know where his footing was and turned that ball over right to the feet of Bayona, who was a few yards out of the 18 box. Saw that the goalie was off mark, decided to place a nice curler into the lower left corner of the screen. The Dutch Lions now coming off a defeat here at home against Mississippi Brilla. They were scored on minute 44, and they lost a man, minute 47, due to a red card. They played the whole second half, almost the whole second half, one man down with 10 men. They had golden opportunities, as we were told from insiders, and they were not able to connect. They were not able to succeed on those offensive runs, and that ball just didn't find itself in the back of the net. Folks, once again, we are in Houston, Texas. Not necessarily a special edition or special occasion, but a wonderful edition, and a wonderful occasion it is, as we are in the Conroe area in Houston, home of the Houston Dutch Lions, and we find ourselves in the Houston Dutch Lions Soccer Complex. Beautiful facility. If you are listening into the Laredo Heat broadcast, you should waste no time at all to come out live and support your Dutch Lions, as they have a wonderful facility. The owners are more than kind, and they will probably give you a tour of the facility as well, as Ortega seems to be okay. We'll return to action now. Ball in the air. Jackson trying to find a surprise cross. And a deflection by the Heat, and the ball finds itself back in Ortega's hands. Ortega comes out playing now quickly with Angel Hernandez. Angel receives as he goes back now with Reina, Alan Reina. Back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios Ibarra will spread the field now, finding Kaike Fernandez. Fernandez receives, goes up top with Miguel. Miguel, back to Jair. Jair. Back to Johnny. Johnny looking for Villanueva. Villanueva will receive the ball. Excellently brought down by the man sporting number 27. Villanueva now back to Fernandez. Fernandez with a one-time cross. Ball inside the box. Fazlo not able to get their clearance now by the Dutch Lions as Simon finds the ball at his feet. Contreras now with possession, looking for Free. Free will send across forward, looking for Jackson. Jackson will reach the ball. However, there is a yellow flag on the far side of your screen, which means nothing more and nothing less than an offside call on that offensive possession. Laredo Heat, as usual, wasting no time at all on their long free kicks as Kaki came up playing the ball now with Yair, who gives it up to Chavaluna. Chavaluna back to Fernandez. Fernandez trying to find Chavaluna with that one touch. No good. John de Dios Ibarra sees that ball go past him as it found itself in the feet of Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson trying to send. people forward, and that ball will result once again in a throw-in for your Laredo Heat. No time wasted whatsoever. Yair came out playing. Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Kaiki. Now back to Yair. Now back to Juan de Dios. Now back to Yair. Now back to Kaiki Fernandez. And Fernandez will return it to Jorge Ortega. Ortega now, far side of your screen. This is where the ball is located. Mulamba in the center. Back to Kaike Fernandez. Near side of your screen now. Fernandez once again finding Yair. Yair this time will send across, wasting no time at all. Villanueva unable to get there. He's chasing the ball though. Villanueva receives. Villanueva with a turnaround. Villanueva once again with a step over. Villanueva loses possession. Shot by Fazlo! And that one goes right past the gloves of Bebo Frias as that ball results in another goal kick. Your Laredo Heat are knocking on that window, knocking on that door, knocking on the post. However, the goal appears to not be at home. Emmanuel Frias with the kickoff. Ball in the air. Gravity doing its job once again as it brings it down. Kaiki Fernandez battling forward. Kaiki with the headbutt. Now Mulamba trying to get to it. Mulamba once again. Mulamba still with the battle as the Dutch Lions come out playing now. Here goes Free. Free. Far side of your screen. Free. Free with the ball. Free once again trying to do that step over cross. Free with the cross now. This time ball inside the box. Juan de Dios Ibarra comes up for the clearance. And here come the Heat with momentum. Miguel Fernandez. Back to Chavaluna. Chavaluna will receive. Chavaluna with the step on. Chavaluna with possession. Chavaluna goes left. Luna will give it up. Back to Fazlo. Fazlo to Fernandez. Fernandez wanting a call as he felt he was being grabbed on. Somebody had a hold of his jersey apparently. He didn't like that. He stopped his run. Turned around and stared at the man in blue. And the man in blue said, play on. Dutch Lions now come out playing. Frias with the ball. Bebo Frias with the through ball. This time trying to find Barahona. Barahona with the clearance now. And that ball looks to have beaten everybody. Joe Jackson with the ball. Jackson can get to it. Your Laredo Heat once again with possession. Dangerous play now by the Dutch Lions. Yair back to Juan de Dios Ibarra, who will return it back to Kaike Fernandez. Fernandez will go to the far side of your screen to Reina. Back to Angel Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Villanueva. Villanueva, that ball goes over him. Chavaluna receives. Luna. Chavaluna with the step around. Chavaluna with a shot! And that is once again wide. Fuera. Outside of the framework. And that will result in another goal kick for the Dutch Lions. Another excellent offensive opportunity for the Laredo Heat. Chavaluna not able to get his laces on that one as that ball went wide and off the mark. Frias to Cordier. Back to Frias. Emmanuel Frias sending that ball forward. Mulamba can't get to it. Simon will, as he decides to go back this time to Cordier, now to Barahona. Barahona from the Dutch Lions now will receive the ball and has momentum and possession as he goes back now with Frias. Frias with possession of the spherical object on the field, which this game was played on. Ball in the air. Hernandez can't get to it. Yair not able to reach it. Kaiki Fernandez comes back trying to get to it and sends that one out of bounds. Throw-in coming up once again for the Dutch Lions as Barahona looks to be the man to be taking this. Barahona wasting no time at all, looking inside. Dutch Lions with possession. Ball in the air, trying to find Ortega off his mark. And that will result in another goal kick for Ortega. Ortega with possession. Back to Kaike Fernandez. Fernandez. Back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra back to Miguel. Miguel back to Jair. Jair back to Kaike. Kaike Fernandez. Number 19 for the Heat. Moving the ball towards the center with Alan Reina. Now with Fazlo. Fazlo decides to go to the center with Fernandez. Fernandez receives. Fernandez gives. Kaiki Fernandez receives. Kaiki gives. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba back to Kai. Kai Fernandez up top now with Chavaluna. Chavaluna back to Yair. Yair will receive. Yair back to Chava inside. Chava still with possession. Chava with the ball. Chava trying to shoot it. Faked everybody, including himself. Chava will recover now. Back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra looking for a short cross to Fazlo. Fazlo trying to give it a click. No good though. Ball finds himself back in. Juan de Dios Ibarra sends a cross. Bebo Frias with a Superman punch. And another clearance now by the Dutch Lions. Folks, get some kryptonite out here. Bebo Frias once again with the excellent punch to send that ball out of the way and out of his danger zone as Yair gets tripped and will take the free kick for the Heat. Man committed to foul number 11 for the Dutch Lions, Javier Vasquez. Coach Fernando Hernandez not liking that there's no card yet this afternoon in this game. As once again Fazlo lines up with the left. Juan de Dios Ibarra will probably line up with the right, and Yair will probably be the man to make the run off of any fakes. Laredo Heat now going with numbers up top. Chavaluna, Fernandez, Mulamba is there. Hernandez is there. Villanueva is there. Reina there. Fazlo looks to be taking this kick as he takes the walk up. Fazlo with the cross. Ball inside the box. Kai not able to get to it. Ball still bouncing around. Fernandez has the ball now. Fernandez trying to cut back. Fernandez loses possession once again. Fernandez recovers though for the Heat. Fazlo now with possession. Fazlo has time. Fazlo with the bounce now as he loses possession now for the Heat. Jackson now trying to catch Yair off guard. Yair doing an excellent job of not losing his eyesight on the ball and kicks out of the way as that will result in another throw-in for the home team, for the Dutch Lions. As they waste no time at all. Perez now with possession. The ball finds itself back in Barajona's foot. Barahona looking up top, this time to Contreras. Contreras will give it towards the center as Mulamba will receive. Mulamba coming back, and there is a foul on the play this time. As Mario Guevara held on to Mulamba's shorts for dear life as he goes off with a yellow card. Mario Garcia with the yellow card. Mario Garcia receives a yellow card. As the ref has a mini conference with Fazlo and Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios back to Fazlo. Fazlo back to Juan de Dios now with Kaike. Kaike back to Juan de Dios. Juan de Dios loses possession. Barahona coming up for it, and the ref says foul on the play. Juan de Dios Ibarra lines up to give it a right-footed strike. Fazlo lining up to give it a left. Fernandez, Luna, Villanueva, Mulamba up at top. Fazlo wasting no time at all, comes up playing off the pass by Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Luna. Luna will receive, trying to cut inside, loses possession. Good job by David Perez to recover. However, Juan de Dios Ibarra will recover, gives it a pass back to Fazlo. Fazlo will go all the way back to Reina, and your Laredo Heat will maintain possession of the sphere so far. Near side of the screen, Hernandez wanting the cross. However, the Laredo Heat lose the ball. Contreras with possession. Contreras looking up top, trying to find Free. Free loses it. Author of that steal was Greg Mulamba. Fazlo with the ball back to Mulamba. Mulamba will recover. Mulamba back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios Ibarra will cross it now to Yair. Yair, who receives, looks up top, finds Chavaluna. Chavaluna trying to get away with it all as he does. Ladies and gentlemen, call the train freight. As there is a tunnel on that play. Juan de Dios Ibarra with the step back. Juan de Dios Ibarra with the cross. And Vasquez will deny the cross. Vasquez now with possession. Vasquez entering the box. Juan de Dios Ibarra with the slight tackle. Vasquez will retain possession, though. Vasquez now cutting back to the outside. Vasquez to Barahona. Barahona receives. Barahona trying to make a change of play as he finds Free on the far side of your screen, folks. Free with the ball. Free going inside now. Free cutting inside. Looking for Simon. Simon trying to send another cross inside. Laredo Heat trying to get the ball out of the way as Angel Hernandez will recover the ball. Laredo Heat are playing it too far on their defensive line, though, as they will probably get a turnover here. Mulamba chasing now, as Laredo Heat have offensive play. Ball sent too much forward, though, and that will result in the gloves of Bebo Frias. He comes out playing possession with Cordier. Cordier with possession. Cordier looking up top. Chavaluna with a denial. Now to Jackson. Jackson gets beaten by Mulamba. Fernandez with the ball. Fernandez looking the other way. Fernandez off to Villanueva. Villanueva inside the box. Villanueva looking for a cross. Mulamba too far off of that one. Bebo Frias recovers. Williams with the cross. Back to Lars. Back to Simon. Las Contreras gives it back up to Simon. Simon looking for Jackson up top. Slide tackle by Kaiki. Heat regain possession. Fernandez back to Mulamba. Mulamba with the heel pass. Beautifully executed to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Fazlo. Fazlo back to Hernandez. Back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Now going forward with Miguel Fernandez. Fernandez receives. Fernandez looks up top. Fernandez gives it off to Chavaluna. Chavaluna going back now with Kaike. Kaike Fernandez to Jair. Back to Kaike. Kaike back to Mulamba. Mulamba receives. Back to Jair. Jair with the ball looking up top. Trying to find Villanueva. Villanueva receives now. Gives it off to Fernandez. Luna intercepts. Back to Fernandez. Fernandez with the left-footed strike. Too slow. Not enough speed. Goal kick coming up for the Dutch Lions. Folks, scoreless. 0-0. Here in this first half of soccer action, soccer play, and soccer game, featuring your Laredo Heat and the Houston Dutch Lions. Manuel Frias sends that ball forward. Mulamba trying to get to it. Throw in now for the Lions. Barahona, the man with the throw-in. Looking for Jackson. Jackson receives. However, Yaid is there to kick it out of the way. And another clearance attempt. However, that ball resulting in another throw-in at a dangerous position if you're a Heat fan, in an excellent spot if you're listening in as a Dutch Lion. Vasquez, nearest out of your screen. Vasquez earns the Dutch Lions a corner kick. And once again, the Lions knocking on that door, wanting the first goal of the evening, wanting to go up on the scoreboard, wanting to score at home in front of their home Dutch Lion fan. Ball in the air. Ortega with the mark. Ortega with the block. And that is a goal for the Dutch Lions, as they take a 1-0 lead. Goal scored by the Dutch Lions as they take a 1-0 lead off of a corner kick. Ortega was able to get his gloves on the first shot. Ball rebounded inside the box, and Ortega was not able to get to that one, as Barahona scored the goal for the Dutch Lions. The Heat now wanting to surprise. Vasquez receives. Simon now. Back to Perez. And here is free. Lions now with possession. Here's Simon. Back to Barahona. Barahona with a cross. Looks like a shot. Ball bouncing inside the box. Jackson gets there. And that results in a goal kick. The Heat come out playing as usual. Far side of your screen, folks. Hernandez back to Ortega. Ortega back to Kai. Kaike Fernandez with the ball. Gives it up top to Yair. Yair with the step on. Yair with possession. Yair back to Kai. Kaike Fernandez. Fernandez back to Ortega. Ortega receives. Gives a nice right-footed pass. This time to Reina. Reina decides to go forward now. Reina still with possession. Finds Fazlo. Far side of your screen. Fazlo loses it. And the Dutch Lions recover with Free. Free taking people on. Taking people's numbers. Free still with possession. Free going forward now. Free still with the ball. Free entering the box. Free inside the 18 sends the cross. Blocked by the Laredo Heat. And that is another corner kick, folks. Once again, a corner kick coming up for the Dutch Lions. Now we've seen the Dutch Lions get on the mark off of a corner kick. As they try to do it again, Vasquez will be the man to take it once again. Players making the run. Ball inside the box now. Deflection by Luna. Ball still inside the box. Mulamba receives as he's looking for Fernandez. Fernandez receives. Fernandez with possession. Fernandez with the ball. Fernandez losing it. As Simon picks it back up once again. Back to David Pettis. Pettis all the way around to Free. Free back to Willemnies. Willemnies decides to go back to Emmanuel Frias. Frias fakes the clearance and goes to the side with Willemnies. Willemsy looking up top for Jackson. Jackson can't get there. And Yaid with possession. Late slide tackle. Yellow card given off to Jackson. Off of a dangerous slide tackle, Yair Hernandez goes down. The Lions coming out playing aggressively. Folks, the home team has scored first both times these teams faced off. In Laredo, the Heat scored first, and then the Dutch Lions tied it. Fernandez looking up top, trying to find Fazlo. Fazlo can't get there. Clearance attempted by the Dutch Lions, unsuccessful as Mulamba regains possession as he plays it now with Hernandez. Back to Reina. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba with the cross now, near side of your screen to Kaike Fernandez. Goes forward. Tries to find men inside. Villanueva nowhere near that pass. Simon once again now, this time looking for Free. Free with possession. Free goes up top. Finding Contreras. Contreras back to Free. Free try to clear it. Fazlo recovered. Slide tackle by Free. Throw in for the Heat. Villanueva looking now for Hernandez. Miguel Fernandez receiving the ball. Far side of your screen. Fernandez still with possession. And an Achilles kick now. Foul coming up. Free kick coming up. And another yellow card. This time to David Pettis. That's 3 Dutch Lions with yellow cards. Garcia. Jackson. And now Pettis. There's a free kick coming up for your Laredo Heat as they try to take advantage of this one and this opportunity. Once again, Fazlo with the left, Juan de Ibarra with the right. Players inside the box trying to make a run. Trying to create some space. Juan de Ibarra now. Fakes his free kick. Decides to go back. Juan de Ibarra, ball in the air with the cross inside. Good job by Perez to deny that ball. Fazlo with the ball. Fazlo trying to go back up. And that attempt is blocked by the Lions. Position now looking for Fernandez. Fernandez receives Fernandez inside the box. Fernandez! Bebo Frias once again. And there's a chip shot. Post hit by none other than Juan de Dios Ibarra as he hits the framework. Excellent block by Bebo Frias. And then Juan de Dios Ibarra with the chip shot, this time hitting the top post. And here comes the Dutch Lion. Contreras with the ball. Slide tackle. This time by Chava Luna. Bebo Frias comes out his line. And folks, that does it for the first 45 minutes of play, the first half of this soccer game. And your Laredo Heat are down in a deficit by 1 goal. As that goal came on behalf of the Dutch Lions off of a corner kick. Your Heat are now conceding plenty of corners, plenty of free kicks from the 90-degree angle off of the end of the corner kick. Now, corner kick by Vasquez. There was a deflection inside the box. Jorge Ortega's gloves were able to get to the first shot off of the corner kick, but not the second, as Barahona was able to put it right in the corner and out of the reach of Ortega. And that is the first and only goal of the first 45 minutes. Both teams coming out aggressive. Both teams coming out to play. The Laredo Heat have not earned a yellow card yet. However, the Dutch Lions receiving 3. The men with yellow cards are Mario Garcia, Joe Jackson, and David Perez. Those 3 men with yellow cards, as they have a 1-goal lead at the end of the first 45 minutes. Now, folks, a lot of sports going on our national broadcasters this weekend. Indy 500 is going on. If you're a NASCAR fan, make sure to tune in after our broadcast. That takes place in Indianapolis. And there is NBA playoff action once again coming back off a 2-day break. Indiana versus Miami today at Miami. And of course, professional sports' most expensive trophy. The Champions League final was played today between Atletico de Madrid and Real Madrid. Real Madrid coming up victorious off of a lopsided result, 4-1, but a very tight game, in fact, as the Atletico de Madrid team came out scoring first off an error by Real Madrid goalkeeper Iker Casillas. However, the only reason I say it was lopsided score was because at minute 93, 3 minutes off of stoppage time, Real Madrid equalized the game. They were giving 5 minutes of stoppage time, and at minute 3, Real Madrid equalized the game as they went to overtime. Gareth Bale, who had many opportunities to add a goal to his team's side, were not able to do so until Gareth Bale's goal around minute 110. So Real Madrid going up top 2-1, and just in the remaining 10 minutes they score 3 more goals. Marcelo, 2 more goals, excuse me. Marcelo scored afterwards, and then Cristiano Ronaldo was awarded a penalty kick as he was tackled inside of the 18 box. He put that in the back of the net. So congratulations to Real Madrid victors as they take home the Orejona, the Big Year Trophy, Champions League Final result 4-1. Atletico loses to Real Madrid. However, folks, if you're listening at home, you can join our conversation and be a part of our game. Let us know how we're doing. Give us some feedback. Give us some tips on how we can improve your Laredo Heat experience overall, whether it's at the TAMU Soccer Complex or the broadcast in general. That you can reach us on Facebook and Twitter, just like you can like us on Facebook and Twitter, at Laredo Heat SC on both search engines. On Twitter, there's live updates on this afternoon's game. So make sure to follow on Twitter, like us on Facebook as well for promotion and stuff. Or you could simply go to www.laredoheatsc.com for all your breaking news regarding Laredo Heat, roster lineups, stats, and everything else. Laredo Heat, you can also shop for merchandise. Laredo Heat merchandise, you can buy a sweater, you can buy a jersey, you can buy a shirt. Folks, Laredo Heat SC has it all. Folks, you can also join the conversation by hashtagging Heat10YRS for years, as the Laredo Heat are celebrating their 10th year in the PDL. So make sure to join us, Facebook and Twitter. Have a conversation with us, have a little fun with us. Always reading, always catching up with you as well. But as of right now, your Laredo Heat find themselves with a 1-goal deficit against the home hosting Houston Dutch Lions here in the Houston area. As the Dutch Lions have a 1-goal advantage, and the author of the goal was Barahona. He plays left back, and he was able to score. If you're wondering how, I will be more than gladly to tell you the Laredo Heat are conceding a lot of corner kick opportunities, and they are doing good on the most part, trying to get the clearance and defend them as best as they can. However, the Dutch Lions keep knocking on that door via corner kicks, and they were able to get one to go their way as Vasquez sent one right into the heart of the Laredo Heat's box. There was a deflection on that first shot, and Ortega was able to get his gloves on it. However, off of the second deflection and the first stop by Ortega, the ball found itself in the feet of Barahona, who was simply able to put it on the lower near corner of Ortega, which resulted in the first and only goal of this afternoon so far. Let's talk cautioned plays. Both teams are coming out aggressively. Both teams are coming out with slide tackles, standing tackles, jersey pulling, short pulling, as a matter of fact, as well. However, your Laredo Heat go into that halftime without anybody painted yellow, and the Dutch Lions have three men with yellow cards, and that is Mario Garcia, Joe Jackson, and David Bettis. Folks, your Laredo Heat will be in action once again this week on Wednesday evening as they take on the Fort Lauderdale Strikers on an away game as well. We will be there to get the coverage, and you can watch it here as well. Like I was saying, folks, your Laredo Heat are back in action this Wednesday evening in Miami, Fort Lauderdale to be exact, as they face the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in a rematch from last year's U.S. Open Cup, as they were eliminated a year ago, and they get a rematch from last year's game, and they want to turn the tide on that series as they are going into playoff berth in the U.S. Open Cup. Third round coming up for your Heat. That is in Miami. You can watch the game live via www.youtube.com/Laredo Heat SC, and then we will have the game there. Follow us on Twitter if you can't watch, at Laredo Heat SC, for score updates, breaking news, and everything Laredo Heat, everything you need to know, everything you want to know via Laredo Heat Twitter, at Laredo Heat SC. Once again, that is at Laredo Heat SC for Soccer Club. After that Wednesday game, though, your Laredo Heat will be back at home as they host the Albuquerque Sol on Saturday, May 31st. Make sure to join us. Laredo TAMU Soccer Complex. Home field for your Laredo Heat. That is against the Albuquerque Sol. Folks, I can tell you one thing. The Dutch Lions are going to come out playing, and so are your Laredo Heat. The Dutch Lions are going to come out aggressive. They are not going to play defensive. They are not going to hold the 1-0. They will come out searching for more goals and further extend their lead. And I will tell you this about the Laredo Heat. The Laredo Heat will not hold anything back. It's a one-goal deficit, and they know they can come out of this with one goal and one opportunity. All they need is that one shot to bring them back a tie and ease the tension a little bit, get a little bit more comfortable, and look for that second and unequalizer and give them an advantage. However, at this moment, your Laredo Heat are losing 1-0 after the first 45 minutes of play. Folks, mistake on my behalf. The goal scorer was not Barahona. It was Javier Vasquez, number 11. I was used to seeing Vasquez take the corner kick, so I thought it was number 5, Barahona, as he celebrated as well. That is an error on my behalf, and I do apologize at full. The goal scored by number 11, Javier Vasquez. Not number 5, Barahona, but by number 11, Javier Vasquez, the goal scorer. Like I said, an error on my behalf, and I apologize dearly and truly. But I got it right. Number 11, Javier Vasquez, goal scorer. The author of the only goal, and as of this moment, the decisive goal, as your Laredo Heat are trailing by a score of 1-0. Damas y caballeros, si no se están apenas reuniéndose con el equipo de Laredo Heat, nos encontramos en Conroe, Texas, en la área de Houston, donde su Laredo Heat está compitiendo contra los Leones holandeses de Houston, los Houston Dutch Lions, en la revancha de la semana pasada, en donde ambos equipos metieron un gol y el resultado fue de un empate 1-1. Ambos equipos quieren cambiar el resultado. Los Leones holandeses ya tienen un gol en el marcador y el autor del gol fue el número 11, Javier Vázquez, con el gol. Y su Laredo Heat no tiene un gol todavía, pero le puedo asegurar que su Laredo Heat va a salir del medio tiempo agresivamente concentrados y listo para tirarle a la portería del ex portero de Laredo Heat, el portero del año pasado, Bebo Frías. Ahora es el portero de los Leones holandeses y está haciendo un buen trabajo. Ambos equipos han tenido varias oportunidades. Los Leones holandeses obviamente con el 1-0 después de la información que acabo de pasar, pero el Laredo Heat ha tenido bastantes oportunidades también. Tienen varios tiros libres, varios tiros de esquina. Tienen un tiro a gol de Juan de Dios Ibarra, que fue un tipo sombrerito sobre el portero. Un gol bombeado. Y ahora, en el medio tiempo, nos encontramos con el marcador 1-0 a favor de los Leones holandeses. Hay 3 jugadores amonestados con tarjetas amarillas. Joe Jackson, David Pérez, Mario García son los amonestados de la tarde todo hasta el momento. Folks, we're a few moments away from beginning the second and conclusive half of this evening now. As a matter of fact, soccer game featuring the Dutch Lions and your Laredo Heat at the Houston Dutch Lions Soccer Complex here. As we have an adjustment on the lineup for the Dutch Lions. Elias Barahona will step off, and Jonathan Segovia will step in to fill his spot. Both teams on the field, both teams ready to play, both teams ready to start the second and conclusive half of this evening's game. Folks, we are in Conroe, Texas, in the Houston area, where it is home of the Houston Dutch Lions, and we are in the Houston Dutch Lions Soccer Club Soccer Complex. Football Club Soccer Complex, excuse me. And both teams ready to play, both teams ready to come out, both teams wanting to get a goal. The Dutch Lions look to further extend their lead, and the Laredo Heat look to come back from a 1-0 deficit. Folks, we are seconds away from letting the passion play once again. We are seconds away from the beginning of the second half. The ref has blown the whistle. The ball has started to roll. The feet have started to move. Folks, soccer here in Houston featuring your Laredo Heat and the Dutch Lions. As there's a throw-in for the Laredo Heat. Yair looking up top, trying to find Villanueva. Villanueva back to Dani Garza. Dani Garza, who's the man of substitution, looking forward now. Back to Fernandez. Fernandez can't get there. And already Daniel Garza has an impact. Ball in the air now. Bebo Frias doing his job. Grave doing it as well. Ball coming back down. Jackson looking for it. Jackson wasting no time at all. Juan de Dios Ibarra with the clearance, now to Fernandez. 24. No, 24 stepped in, but I don't know for who. You said Danny Garza came in for us. But I'm checking right now to see who it is. But who's 24 for them? Oh, 24 for you guys. Yeah. Who'd Danny go in? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to check right now. But I know 24 went in for sure for them. Yeah. Pardon that, folks. Dutch Lions not coming out playing. Dani Garza wanting to get the ball back for the Heat. As Juan de Dios Ibarra recovers. Chava Luna. Back to Juan de Dios. Now to Alan Reina. This time to Dani Garza. Garza back to Mulamba. Mulamba back to Garza. Garza with possession. Garza looking forward. Trying to find Fernandez. Fernandez with the foot. Garza with the shot. Garza ball bouncing inside the box. And Bebo Frias does not have to go anywhere as that ball bounced right in front of him. And he was able to get it with both hands, both gloves, and secure it. Jackson out, touching it back, this time to Contreras. Kike Fernandez receives. Kike Fernandez going forward, back to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra looking up top, trying to find Villanueva as he gives it off a one pass to Miguel Fernandez. Fernandez trying to go up top now, as he does. Now Yair with the ball. Yair's going to take a shot. Yair! That shot going extremely wide. If there had been 3 more goalposts next to the one that is already there on the screen, I'm pretty sure that ball had a chance. However, ball not going anywhere but out of bounds, and Bebo Frias will recover the ball. Chava Luna playing it nicely back to Kike Fernandez. Kike back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Chava. Chava Luna. Back to Juan de Dios. Juan de Dios Ibarra. Swing it all the way around to Alan Reina. Reina looks up top, finds Yair. Yair with possession as he gives it up top now for a cutting Juan de Dios. Gives it off to Villanueva. Back to Yair. Yair battling forward, keeps possession. Back to Kai Fernandez. Kai gives it off to the side to Chava Luna. Chava Luna receives. Chava Luna goes up top to Miguel Fernandez. Chava Luna wanting it. Foul on the play. Another free kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Free kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. As they will try to probably send one into the heart of the Dutch line defensive box and into Emmanuel Frias' area. Chava Luna lines it up. Chava Luna, ball going inside the box. Bebo Frias with the 2 gloves. He's able to punch out of the way. Juan de Dios Ibarra recovers now. Back to Angel Hernandez, ball in the air, back to Angel Hernandez. Hernandez receives, Hernandez brings it back down, looking forward, trying to find Chava. Chava back on the defensive line, that was Miguel Fernandez he was looking for. And now the Dutch line saw possession, they are going to come out with a clearance. Jackson looking forward, Yair Hernandez chasing. Hernandez gets to it first, but Jackson makes him battle for it. Late tackle once again by Jackson. Yair goes down, gets back up, realizes they're not going to call it, play goes on. As Contreras receives now, back to Perez. Perez trying to send a through ball now. Mulamba recovers off the deflection by the Laredo Heat. Mulamba going back to Kai. Kai Fernandez receives now, looking for Chava Luna. Chava Luna will receive it and gives it off to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios Ibarra with possession of the ball, looks forward, finds Miguel Fernandez. Miguel Fernandez now passing midfield, back to Fernandez now with possession, looking inside, trying to find Chava. Chava inside the box. Corner kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. As there was a slight tackle. Kike Fernandez. No, 19 came in the first half because number 2 stepped out. Corner kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Left-footed strike. Ball inside the box. Bouncing around. Hernandez sends that out of play. Goal kick coming up. Golden opportunity once again for your Laredo Heat. Hernandez trying to connect with the left laces. Sends it out of play. And Bebo Frias will earn his Houston Dutch Lion a goal kick. There's a couple of Nike soccer balls on the pitch. Bebo Frias sends one back out. Chose between the one he liked and the one he didn't. Chose the one he liked and decides to give it a nice kick to say thank you for playing with us. Danny Garza receives the ball off the clearance by Bebo Frias. Garza with possession. Garza goes back to Yair. Yair looking back and he finds Alan Reina, and Reina now swooping it all the way back to Kai Fernandez. Fernandez back to Reina. Reina receives left-footed, and he goes forward once again with the left foot. Reina back to Garza. Garza receives. Garza back to Mulamba. Mulamba with the ball going forward. Gives a nice chip pass, looking for Yair. No one there. Mulamba late on that catch-up. And Reina will receive once again as he looks for Juan Dios Ibarra, who looks now towards the top. Dangerous ball now cleared by the Dutch Lions as they come out playing. Willemse with the ball going up top. Kai Fernandez with the clearance. Finds Angel Hernandez. And Hernandez once again with the ball. Turns around. Finds Juan Dios Ibarra. Juan Dios Ibarra. There's a chip ball looking for Dani Garza inside the box. Garza receives. Garza steps out of the box, back to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra decides to go back inside, this time trying to find Miguel Fernandez. Fernandez can't get there. Another corner kick coming up for your Laredo Heat as they are coming out aggressive and coming out with offensive momentum, offensive possession, offensive play, looking for the equalizer as they are down 1-0 against the Dutch Lions. Juan Dios Ibarra, right footed strike, ball inside. Hernandez in the deflection off of Kai Fernandez. Once again, a cross by the Heat. And that ball going nowhere but out of bounds is your Laredo Heat wasting another opportunity there. Not able to connect off the header, not able to get a good cross in. Bebo Frias with another goal kick coming up for the Dutch Lions. Your Laredo Heat want to send a very special shout out to Citlali Veloz, who is listening in all the way from the 956 zone in Laredo, Texas. Thank you for listening in this evening's game against the Dutch Lions as Belfria comes out playing, looking for Jackson. Jackson receives now, looking for Vasquez. Javi Vasquez, the man of the first goal of the afternoon, commits a tackle now on Chava Luna. Vasquez turns around and says, "We're fighting for it," and Luna says, "You pushed me," and that is why the ref blew the whistle as the Laredo Heat come out playing now quickly with Reina. And Reina back to Yair. Yair decides to go forward to Danny Garza. Garza decides to go back to Juan Dios Ibarra. Ibarra going left. Near side of your screen to Yair. Yair back to Garza, back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Reina. Reina back to Garza. Garza back to Kai. Kai Fernandez to Chava Luna. Chava Luna looking for a slow cross inside. Finds Danny Garza. Danny Garza receives. Danny Garza gets tackled. Free kick coming up for your Laredo Heat in threatening scoring position off of Danny Garza's excellent ball control and play. Now, notable substitutions as Daniel Garza stepped in. Fazlo stepped out of this game. Now Juan de Dios Ibarra lines up to give it a left-footed strike. Angel Hernandez to give it a left. Ball's in play. Angel! Near post. Bebo Frias once again. Ladies and gentlemen, Bebo Frias flying like Superman, getting that ball out of the way. Denying that goal opportunity for the Heat, and an excellent strike by Angel Hernandez, finding the near post over the wall. But Bebo Frias able to leapfrog his way to the ball and knock it out of bounds and out of play. Corner kick now for the Heat. Ball in the air, ball bouncing around. As Reina receives now. Fernandez battling forward, back to Reina. Hernandez looking for a cross for Garza. Garza will get there and receives. Garza still with it. Garza gets sandwich, receives possession once again. Garza takes on one, takes on two. Garza loses possession now, and the ball finds way. Fernandez! And the deflection by Simon to give Bebo Frias the ball. If Simon wouldn't have deflected that ball, ladies and gentlemen, Bebo Frias would have found himself with a strike from the Spaniard, Miguel Fernandez. But Simon doing an excellent job of deflecting that one, and that one just slowed it all down for Bebo Frias, who was able to get to it nonetheless. Now, ball is with the Lions. Near side of your screen now. No foul on the play. Daniel Garza with the ball. Contreras getting back up. Villanueva with possession. Villanueva decides to go forward, finding Yair. Yair decides to cut it back, as he does. Looks up and finds Mulamba. Greg Mulamba goes forward to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios Ibarra, the captain for your Laredo Heat, decides to go all the way back to Kai Fernandez. Kai Fernandez going forward, ball passing Miguel Fernandez. As Miguel let that pass by, your Laredo Heat are now on a defensive end of play as the Dutch Lions have possession of that ball. Jackson gets tackled. The ref says advantage as Contreras has the ball. Contreras decides to go forward now with Free. Contreras now trying to find Free. Yair is chasing. Yair doesn't get to it as that ball steps out of bounds, and that is a goal kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Smart play by Yair as he just saw that ball go by, did his best to cover it, and now the ball goes with Ortega. Ortega comes out sharing the ball now with Reina. Reina back to Juan de Dios Ibarra, captain of your Laredo Heat, as he gives it off to the side to Kai Fernandez. Kai Fernandez with possession now. He gives it to Chava Luna. Chava Luna back to Kaike Fernandez. Kaike back to Ortega. Ortega receives. Ortega gives once again. This time to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Greg Mulamba. Mulamba back to Ibarra. Ibarra back to Reina. Reina goes up top now with Jair. Jair receives. Jair has time. He realizes it. He tries to give it off to Angel Hernandez. Mulamba will recover. Ball now in the feet of Chava Luna. Chava Luna, far side of your screen, decides to go short with Fernandez. Back to Chava Luna. Chava Luna receives. Chava Luna still with the ball. Chava Luna loses it. And a step back to Yair. Yair gets there, but a little bit late. He can't get that shot free with a nice spin around roulette as he gives an off pass. Juan de Dios Ibarra recovers. Ibarra enters back. Ibarra with a strike. Second post, but Bebo Frias once again able to deny that ball and save his Dutch Lions from conceding a goal here at home. Bebo Frias kicking that ball up, and that ball being defeated by gravity as it comes back down. Reina chases, Reina receives, back to Garza. Garza back to Yair. Yair gives it off to Kaike. Kaike back to Luna. Luna gives it off to Mulamba. Mulamba's going to send a cross inside. Cross of play back to Garza. Garza receives. Garza with the step on. Garza will give it up to Juan de Ibarra, who fakes the shot, steps it back now, and gives it off to Chava Luna. Chava Luna will receive the ball. Chava Luna will fake inside, going back outside. Chava Luna with possession, gives it off to Juan de Ibarra, who sends a cross ball in the box. Bebo Frias once again off of the headed shot by Angel Hernandez. Bebo Frias with another excellent game against his team from last year, the Laredo Heat. The second game in a week where Bebo Frias is just playing outstanding against his former club. As Mulamba recovers that one, Dani Garza finds it. Dani Garza with possession. Dani Garza goes, going to give it off to Villanueva. Juan de Ibarra looking inside now, trying to find Garza. Garza gets it. Garza loses it. However, Kai Fernandez will recover. Fernandez back to Reina. Reina back to Yair. Yair decides to go up top, looking for Fernandez. Fernandez sees it go back to says, I have some time. Steps it back out, does not chase it as Garza was able to get a footing on it. Ball bouncing around. Folks, looks like a ping pong match up here with the ball so much as elevated. Every other kick, Mulamba receives, Mulamba gives to Fernandez. Miguelito, se la pasa al lado. Chava Luna tried to take on a man, and as he tried to go around the man, he gets tackled by Willemse. Dangerous free kick If you're a Dutch Lions fan, another opportunity. If you're a Laredo Heat fan, as this one will try to find its way past the gloves of goalkeeper Manuel Frias and into the net. Luna, left-footed strike, ball first post, bouncing around once again. Deflection by the Lions as that ball will head outside and will grant your Laredo Heat another throw. And Yair Hernandez, the man to take it this time, comes inside. Wastes no time at all. Ball finds itself with Fernandez! Right-footed strike! Off target, off the mark. Throw in for the Lions. Free coming to take it now. As we have a substitution on the field. Jonathan Sanchez steps in for Joe Jackson. Free kick off of the foul by Laredo Heat, granted to the Dutch Lions. They are pretty far away off on this one. Luna receives. Mulamba fighting for it. Ball finds its way out of bounds again. Villanueva wanted the ball to go his way. Says you have the call wrong, ref. That was supposed to go the other way. However, the Lions, wasting no time at all, give the throw in. Dutch line throw in once again. Far side of your screen, Dutch Lions with possession and a throw in. Lions wasting no time at all. No handball called. Mulamba with the ball. He's trying to cover it, trying not to lose it. However, he loses it, and so do the Lions. As here comes Miguel Fernandez. Miguelito back to Danny Garza. Danny Garza beats a man. Danny Garza entering the box. Left-footed strike. Garza! Bebo Frias once again with the gloves and the save. So he comes out playing with his defensive line. Willemse not able to get to that pass by Segovia. Juan de Dios Ibarra. Give it to Mulamba. Back to Juan de Dios. Now up top to Villanueva. Villanueva will receive. Villanueva will give. Villanueva will give now to Mulamba. Mulamba with the ball. Mulamba's going to send a cross ball inside the box. Everyone fighting for it. Garza receives with the chest. However, too far outside. And the Lions now find themselves possession. However, Juan de Dios Ibarra does not get that tackle to go his way. The ball finds someone in the feet of Sanchez. Sanchez with the ball. Spin around roulette. Takes one, takes two. Can't take the third. As he loses possession for the Dutch Lions. Chava Luna will recover the ball. Chava Luna, far side of your screen with the ball. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba trying to find the cross. Finds Yair. Yair can't get to it. Ball too elevated. Yair out of place. Throw in coming up for the Lions. As your Laredo Heat will have a substitution. Miguel Fernandez will come off. And Joao Montero will step in. Throw in by the Lions. Bettis receives. The Heat recover. Mulamba back to Reina. Reina back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Juanito de Dios steps on it a few times, gives it back out to Mulamba. Mulamba will bring it back out to Reina. Reina goes forward trying to find Villanueva as Mulamba will receive that pass by Villanueva. Mulamba back to Luna. Luna far side of your screen trying to find Montero. Montero will one time it to Mulamba, who gives it back out to Kaika Fernandez, who turns it around for Alan Reina, who decides to go forward with Juan de Dios Ibarra, who decides to go even more further with Dani Garza. Garza has time, Garza has possession. Garza will give it to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra will fake a strike. Ibarra will kick it back out. This time, far side of your screen. Laredo Heat with a cross, ball inside the box. Bebo Frias just watches it go by, and that earns the Laredo Heat a goal kick off of the deflection. It appeared to be by Willemse. Corner kick. Bebo Frias once again finds the ball in between both of his gloves as he sandwiched it, as he's trying to give a clearance, trying to send Vasquez forward. Yair recovers. Yair will give it back to Ortega. Ortega will counter it and decides to go back with Luna. Luna with possession, far side of your screen at home if you're watching via YouTube, www.youtube.com/Laredo Heat SC. Chava still with possession. Decides to heel chop back inside. Still with possession, decides finally to give it up. Give it to Kai Fernandez, who gives it to Mulamba, who will turn around and give it to Reina. Reina looks up top for Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra receives. Ibarra will give to Yair, who's already inside the box. Now is inside the box. Yair with the ball. Yair with possession. Yair fighting for it. Corner kick awarded for the Laredo Heat once again. Now we've seen plenty of corners for both teams here. The Houston Dutch Lions already took the opportunity and scored off of a corner kick attempt for them. Corner kick unsuccessful, taken by Garza, as Juan Dios Ibarra receives. Ibarra will take a strike. Ball goes over the crossbar. Bebo Frias hanging on like a slam dunk to the top post, just to make sure that ball had no chance of going between his hand and the post. He puts his hand on the post, hangs from it for a little bit. So he has another goal kick off the off-target shot by Juan de Dios Ibarra. Reina trying to get that going his way. Both teams come up playing. Ortega wants it. Kai lets it go by. Ortega receives. And now Luna. Luna to Montero. Montero back to Reina. Reina up at top now with Garza. Garza gives it off to Villanueva, who gives it off to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Now to Yair. Yair once again. This time to Hernandez. Hernandez with a cross. Ball bouncing around. Villanueva had it. Villanueva with the bad touch. He was able to recover though. As he regains possession and now loses it. And the clearance now by the Lions, who do so. And now looks like they regain possession off of a few deflections. However, Ibarra able to get a poke on it. That ball turning all the way around. Good job by the Dutch Lions to keep possession and keep prize of that ball. As Kai Fernandez comes out playing. Fernandez has momentum. Fernandez gives a bad pass. However, recovers now to Montero. To Garza, excuse me. Garza gets pushed. Garza remains his balance. Nice roulette. Roulette again. This time no good. Montero will receive. Montero looking for Garza inside. Garza! Bebo Frias once again. Ball bouncing around. Villanueva not able to get a good strike on it. Finds a deflection off a defender and a clearance and by the Lions, and a throw-in coming up for your Laredo Heat. Mulamba receives possession of the ball. He's going to find it all the way across to Luna, who gives it off to Montero. Montero back to Luna. Luna crossing inside. However, he loses possession. And here come the Dutch Lions, 4-on-1 now. As the Lions have Sanchez on the near side of your screen. Good slide tackle by Fernandez. And a throw-in coming up for the Lions. Fair play now given to the Lions. Bebo Frias with possession. Off of the pass by Free. Now to Simon. Simon looks for Vasquez. Vasquez looks for Sanchez. Sanchez receives. Sanchez still with possession. Beats Reina. Sanchez finding a bad pass. Kai recovers back to Yair. Yair gives it up as Perez recovers. Perez will go back. Free with the ball. Trying to surprise Ortega. Ortega will get it with both hands and give it back out to Chava. Chava back to Mulamba. Mulamba now to Juan de Dios. Juan de Dios back to Mulamba. Mulamba to Montero. Montero receives and cuts inside. Montero will give it off to Yair. Yair receives inside the box. Yair cutting inside. Finds Ibarra. Ibarra back to Hernandez. Will send that ball going high and up, far away from the frame. As your Laredo Heat are still in a 1-goal deficit against the Dutch Lions, who are hosting the Heat here at the Houston Dutch Lion Football Club Soccer Complex in Conroe, Texas, inside the Houston area. Bebo Frias gets the whistle to play on as he's waiting for that one. Bebo Frias kicking the ball way past midfield. Mulamba receives. Montero now with a tap. Yair. Free now, looking for an off-guard looking for an off-guard Laredo Heat defense. Back to Ibarra. Ibarra back to Bayona. Yair Hernandez. Back to Mulamba. Mulamba to Fernandez. Fernandez to Luna. Luna to Montero. Montero to Juan de Dios. Juan de Dios. Back to Montero, who now finds Alan Reina. Reina finds Yair. Back to Montero. Now to Reina. Reina back to Montero. Montero with possession with a nice step over. Finds Yair near side of your screen. Yair with possession going back outside. Finding Juan de Dios. Juan de Dios Ibarra with possession. Trying to find Bayona. Bayona inside. And Bebo Frias will get to it once again with both gloves as he sandwiches the ball for security. And gives it a nice wrap around his arms. Just in case. As he comes up playing, he finds Free. Garcia back to Free. Now to Simon. Simon goes up top. However, Yair tried to recover, finding Garza. Garza can't get there. Bayona's chasing. Clearance by Simon. Ball finds itself in the chest of Reina. Reina to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Kai Fernandez. Fernandez to Mulamba. Mulamba off to the side to Luna. Luna back to Montero. Montero trying to chop it. That's nowhere, and the ball finds itself in the feet of Emmanuel Frias. Frias once again, this time with the clearance. And Frias is right on target today, folks. I'll tell you this, he has precision strike mode on, as he's finding passes all around the field and at all distances. Jonathan Sanchez receives. Sanchez chasing now, and so is Mulamba. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez with possession. Sanchez has time. Sanchez decides to cut it back outside, as Free near side of your screen is raising his hands in a YMCA position to try to get the ball back to him. Unsuccessfully does so, and the Houston Dutch Lions will go back to their goalkeeper, Frias. Frias, bad bounce. Frias with a nice hat flick over Bayona, who did an excellent job of pressuring and chasing. Here comes Kai Fernandez, though. Fernandez trying to find Montero. Montero looks up, finally finds the ball a little too late though. Mulamba receiving, Mulamba recovers. Mulamba to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Back to Yair. Yair back to Reina. Reina back to Dani Garza. Garza has time. Garza decides to cut inside. Garza with the ball now to Yair. Yair near side of your screen decides to cut it back out. Yair! Yair finds Mulamba. Mulamba, center field. Back to Yair. Yair can't get there. Sanchez recovers. Jonathan Sanchez gives a through ball. Here come the Lions. As the Lions came out wanting a surprise. They lose possession. Throw-in coming up. Jorge Ortega finds Kai Fernandez. Fernandez switches it over to Luna. Luna back to Montero. Montero back to Luna. Luna with possession. Luna with the ball. Slide tackle, dangerous on Montero. Willemse, the man of the tackle on Montero. Montero goes down. Folks, your Laredo Heat are finding themselves with a 1-goal deficit against the hosting Dutch Lions here in Conroe, Texas, in the Houston area. If you're joining us, I'd like to give you a big thank you for staying with us on our away trips as we try to bring you action from every game. For updates and more, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook at Laredo Heat SC. That is at Laredo Heat SC. The SC stands for Soccer Club. So just think Laredo Heat Soccer Club, Laredo Heat SC. There's a free kick now coming out for the Heat. Ball's in the air. Ball deflected by the wall. Hernandez receives. Hernandez trying to find Frias. Frias nowhere near it. Hernandez was trying to surprise Frias. Ball was way off the mark. Frias will get the ball and just walk it back. Sets the ball down. Substitution now coming for the Dutch Lions. Jose Hernandez steps onto the field for the Lions as he looks to strengthen the momentum of the Dutch Orange team. Free gets to it. Free has a mark. Yair recovers. Yair with a tackle. Yair still with possession. Excellently done. Yair gets tackled. And no Dutch Lion foul. Excuse me. I saw that flag go up, but it results in a throw-in. Juan de Dios Ibarra with possession. Moving along. Going forward. Sends the lob through ball. This time looking for Bayona. Bayona will get there. Bayona receives. Bayona has time and space. And there's a handball being called against Bayona. As we approach the 80th minute mark, 10 minutes left for your Laredo Heat trying to get a tie. As the Lions with a cross. Dangerous play, Ortega. Getting ready for that one. Montero tries to receive, tries to recover. Willemse sending the ball forward. Looking for Sanchez. Mulamba recovers. Mulamba with the clearance. Looking up top for Bayona. Bayona gets beaten by Simon. As Montero recovers now. Angel Hernandez. Here comes Bayona. Bayona going inside. Bayona cutting again inside. Bayona beating men. Bayona taking 2 on. Bayona near side of your screen. Fakes inside. Goes back outside. Bayona with a cross. Clearance now by the Lions. Mulamba inside. Mulamba sends it outside. And now Bayona trying to get to it. However, there's a deflection on it. Mulamba tried to shoot it. There's a deflection on that ball. Ball in the air. Ball comes back down on the spin around. And it finds itself in the possession of the Dutch Lions. Who send it out for a corner kick. Send out for a corner kick. Substitution now. Adan Villavicencio will step onto the pitch and onto the field. Coming up for for Laredo Heat, excuse me. Corner kick deflected once again. With a throw-in. Now are the Laredo Heat. Villavicencio comes in to strengthen the defense as Yair tried to play that ball forward. Recovered by the Lions. Garcia with possession. Garcia with the ball. Garcia goes back to Willemse. Another lost possession by Hernandez. Off of the deflection by the Heat. That ball finds itself in a Dutch line throw-in. Kai Fernandez with the clearance. As that ball finds itself in the feet of Yair Hernandez, who now sends it forward. However, deflected off of the head of Garcia. Mulamba with possession. Mulamba with the ball. Mulamba loses it to Jonathan Sanchez. Sanchez receives. And Jose Hernandez will go all the way back to his defensive line. Dani Garza will chase, as well as Bayona. Bebo Frias now with the ball as he finds Free. Free loses it. Garza's taking men on. Garza takes two. That's the second one. Garza still with the ball. And a free kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Garza's doing a lot of things, creating space, taking on tackles, making moves, but the ball has yet to find itself in the back of the net. Your Laredo Heat need to score a goal here to salvage themselves a point and go home with a point instead of going home pointless. Ja Montero looks to send the ball inside of the box of Bebo Frias. He's going to give it a right-footed strike. Off of the laces, Montero with a curler, ball inside the box. Nobody home, nobody there except the Dutch Lions to clear it out. As they do, Garcia trying to find Sanchez. Sanchez receives. Sanchez has now a possible one-on-one. Took a little too long, and now the Heat have recovered. Sanchez still taking players. Sanchez beats Luna. Sanchez still with the ball. Sanchez cutting back inside. Sanchez with possession. Sanchez inside, and nothing good. Garcia deflected by Reina. And now the clearance by Juan de Dios Ibarra. Mulamba trying to chase it. Garza fighting for it. And the Dutch line throw-in coming up. Folks, I'd like to remind you that your Laredo Heat will be in action this Wednesday evening against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in a rematch from last year's U.S. Open Cup playoffs. Laredo Heat will go to Fort Lauderdale to play the Strikers at the Strikers' home in Lockhart Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Make sure to watch that game as well with us on www.youtube.com/Laredo Heat SC. And for all your breaking news and score updates, please don't hesitate to follow or like Laredo Heat SC on Facebook and Twitter. That is at Laredo Heat SC. Now, folks, Laredo Heat will be back in action if you're in the 956 zone in Laredo, Texas on Saturday, the 31st, as they will face on the Albuquerque Sol at home. That is Saturday, May 31st. We hope to see you there and join us. Don't forget, there is that penalty kick challenge. And $2 beers. We'll speak on that prior. Excuse me. We'll speak on that after the final whistle is blown of tonight's game. As we are passing the 87th minute mark, your Laredo Heat still find themselves in a disadvantage by a goal as play resumes. Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Yair. Yair now to Garza. Garza cutting inside, trying to find Montero. Montero can't get to the strike. Clearance now by the Lions, who are playing an outmost all defensive game. Mulamba trying to chase it. Mulamba trying to get it. Nobody there. However, Juan de Dios Ibarra receives now. Back to Reina. Reina to Montero. Montero cutting inside. Decides to come back outside. Back to Reina. Reina with the flick. Reina with the cross. Reina with the deflection. Ball still fighting inside the box. Back to Garza. Garza has time. Garza has time. Garza shoots deflected. And Juan de Dios Ibarra, and everyone wants to chase it. Juan de Dios Ibarra, miscommunication by the Heat as Yair recovers, finding Mulamba. Nobody there. Clearance now by the Lions. The Laredo Heat have 2 minutes to try to equalize the score and go home with a point. As Reina now with the ball. Reina back to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Ibarra trying to find a cross inside to Bayona. Bebo Frias. But Bayona, last one to step on it. Goal kick coming up for Bebo Frias. Bebo Frias, the man wearing yellow with black trims. As my good friend Carlos Roberto Ramirez would say. Yair Hernandez trying to fight it. Back to Luna. Back to Bayona. Now Mulamba. Mulamba has inside. Mulamba brings it out to Juan de Dios Ibarra. Now to Reina. Reina with possession. Reina trying to go inside. Handball coming up. Goal kick. Free kick coming up for your Laredo Heat. Folks, 60 seconds left in regulation, and your Laredo Heat have 60 seconds to try to get an equalizer here, to try to go home with a point. It all comes down to the last seconds of the game. Montero lines up. Montero! Bebo Frias gets both gloves on it. Goal kick coming up for Bebo Frias. As there is a deflection on that ball once again. Time's winding down. The score still at 1-0 in the favor of the Dutch Lions. Vasquez being the hero this far, as he was able to get that first goal, and the first and only goal of the evening, as a matter of fact, as Laredo Heat want to get something going. Bayona receives. Bayona to Mulamba. Mulamba trying to get across. Far-sided post, looking for Garza. However, short on that pass. Juan de Dios receives. Juan de Dios once again. Juan de Dios Ibarra, this time wanting to go to the far side, finds John Montero, who gives a nice kick to Chava Luna. Back to Montero. Montero will probably kick it back out to Luna. Montero with the ball back to Luna. Luna, one-time cross. Luna! Mulamba! Ball bouncing inside the box. Nobody there. Laredo Heat trying to recover and try to regain possession of that one. Juan de Dios Ibarra does so nicely. Juan de Dios Ibarra still chasing. Juan de Dios Ibarra back to Villavicencio. Now back to Kai Fernandez. Fernandez back to Luna. Luna to Montero. Montero, bad pass, trying to find Yair. However, Jonathan Sanchez recovers, and that'll result in a throw-in for your Laredo Heat. The Laredo Heat want to send another special shout-out, this time to Savannah Bayona. Thank you for listening in. We all appreciate your support. Laredo Heat find themselves with a free kick. Montero, ball inside the box. Bebo Frias once again sandwiches the ball down with both gloves. And he sends this ball out of play. Villavicencio trying to get to it, however, unsuccessful, as that ball is recovered by the Lions. Now Villavicencio recovers, finding Reina. Reina to Juan de Dios. Juan de Dios to Kai Fernandez. Fernandez swinging it around to Chava Luna. Luna receives. Luna finds Montero. Montero going fast and forward to Garza. Garza trying to send a cross in. Recovered by the Lions. A clearance unsuccessful. Montero receives again. Montero with the ball in possession. Montero finds Chava Luna. Chava Luna back to Montero. Montero receives. Montero with a cross. Ball inside the box. Everyone fighting for it. Connection by Bayona. Goal kick coming up for the Dutch Lions. as we are in stoppage time now. It'll be a mystery as to how much longer this game would like to see this be played out. Bebo Frias. Jair fighting for it. That does so nicely. Bayona recovers. Bayona gets pushed from behind. Bayona trying to get that free kick quickly. So the Laredo Heat don't waste any more time. And does so. Gets himself. So yeah, 4 minutes of stoppage time, folks. Juan de Ibarra with a cross. Ball inside the box. Clearance now by the Lions. Bayona has time, has possession, sends a cross. Inside hitting Simon as Yair recovers. Yair goes inside to Montero. Montero gives a one-time flick. Unsuccessful to Luna. Free kick coming up. Luna gives the ball back to the Lions nicely. As the ref blows the final whistle, your Laredo Heat are defeated here in Conroe, Texas, in the Houston area by a score of 1-0. Author of the goal was number 11, Javier Vasquez. Laredo Heat have had various opportunities of scoring a goal, hit the post one time off a shot by Juan de Ibarra. Unfortunately, your Laredo Heat will go home pointless and will now face the Fort Lauderdale Strikers coming off of a loss in PDL regular season play. Folks, from all of us here at the Laredo Heat, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you for being with us on the first edition of the Laredo Heat's first away game, of the PDL regular season. From my excellent producer, Adam Geigerman, from the people who support us and with us everywhere we go. Thank you for